you're on +6. You only need to roll a 6.
Rolled at 11.
11.
Woo! You managed to cast invisibility. So, invisibility, the duration, it's up to an hour, but every round you have to make that roll again because it only works as long as you keep concentrating.
So I have to stay with him.
No, you can stay where you are, but you have to keep concentrating to keep the spell active.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna fly like the wind.
Fly like the wind. All
As
right.
the Strix I am.
Can I go back to the library and stay there focusing?
Yep,
So I
definitely.
want to go there, pick up a book, and pretend I'm reading.
Okay. So, Kaz, which corridor do you want to investigate first?
I think I would. Well, first of all, I want to stay cognizant of the signs of the traps that we had seen.
Mm-hmm.
So if I see those kinds of symbols anywhere, I'm not going to step on them or touch anything. I probably saw potentially something about the trapdoor since I quite closely interacted with it. So maybe hopefully I can avoid those as well if there's more of them. But I don't know. You said that there's this this corridor that runs past like this kind of sacred center area. Maybe I could quickly just like go through that corridor and see, are there any open doors? Can I glance inside? Like ideally, what I probably want to do is try to get to. Actually, hold on. Those yellow doors are those the ones that are going to lead outside to the sewer?
Yes.
Are they like clearly doors that are going to the sewer? Okay, so theoretically,
they're secret doors from the other side. So from the inside, they're fairly obvious. From the outside, they're like the door that you came in by in the chapel. They're not
you have to stumble
clearly
through.
doors.
Yeah. Okay. So presumably it's not behind that yellow door that's up there on the top. So it's probably somewhere either in the middle section or somewhere along the top corridor. The middle section is the closest. I'll have a quick look first.
Okay. So you can see that there is another room in here. And if you go down that corridor, you can look into the room. There's no door here.
I'm invisible, so I'm not too worried. I'm just careful I don't step on any triggers.
Yeah. So you can see that this is another crocodile room. It has a larger pond in the middle of it, with more crocodiles lazing on the pond and on the sand. It doesn't have any kind of treasure in it, and you can't see any sign of the crown.
And then how would I check the next large black blob there? Is there another corridor there?
Yeah, there are 3 corridors on each side of the temple. So the next corridor up seems to be an actual dead end. It's got a decorative statue at the end of each of those little corridors with a miniature altar there that's got incense burning on it. And then you get to the 3rd corridor up, and you do actually find something quite interesting. This is the central sanctum of the temple. The room is almost all pond, and let's find the description of this room. The sanctum chamber is surprisingly small. It's only, say, 15 foot across, has a high ceiling, and it's got the same bas reliefs of holy scenes with crocodiles and serpents and sea monsters on all the walls that you've seen throughout the temple. In the center of the room, on a raised dais in the middle of a shallowish pond, there's a strange angular looking crown which looks very much like the thing that you've been asked to steal. It's gilded crocodile teeth and jagged, rough-cut gems, kind of glued together with melted gold. It's actually quite ugly, but it does seem to have a lot of gems and gold in it. And it's sitting on this raised dais, and in the middle of the crown, in the circle that's made by the crown sitting on that stone, there's a candle, which is lit.
Uh-oh.
The candle is in the middle of the crown?
Yeah, the candle's sitting there, and this room is lit pretty much just by that candle. So it's dark, with just the candlelight from the one thick candle burning, and there is a small, it's not really a bridge, there are a series of stepping stones that are almost at the water level of the pond. So you have to kind of know where they are to step across them to get to the dais. But they form a path across the pond to that raised dais on which the crown is standing. There are 4 of them on either side, so 4 from the right-hand side and 4 from the left-hand side that go into the middle of the pond. And the pedestal itself is a block of sandstone that's like, it's not native stone, it's not the same stone that the temple's made from. It's clearly been brought here from somewhere. And it's also carved with scenes of underwater aquatic creatures, crocodiles, snakes, sort of attacking undead things and generally swimming around, being underwater creatures and protective, presumably.
So, I don't trust that body of water at all, nor do I trust those stepping stones. As it happens, I have wings. So,
You do have
can I spread my wings and just glide over the whole corridor and grab the dais?
You can spread your wings, which will give you a +2 or plus whatever your Strix background rating is.
I changed it to the silver-tongued one, which was +4.
Okay, so it'll give you a +4 on your check to do the jump. It's going to be hard because you'd have to land on the dais itself. There's not a piece of dry ground around it. It's just this chunk of sandstone.
I couldn't just glide past, do a glide by, snatch and grab, smash and grab.
You probably could. That would also be quite difficult. This pond is a good 15 foot wide. It takes up basically the whole room. So you'd have to glide from one doorway to the other doorway, grabbing the crown in between.
And I adjust my fighter goggle glasses.
So you're going to try that?
I'll see how much running jump I'll have to. And I still have invisibility on.
You do. Now,
So basically, I'm basically a stealth fighter.
you are. Jax, you need to, it's been at least 2 rounds now. You need to make 2 checks to see that you stay invisible, or that he stays invisible, more to the point. So, difficulty 12.
So
Come on.
roll 6 or higher.
Okay.
And a second one.
Oh no. There you go. Woo!
Yep. You're still
Well, we pay
invisible.
you the big bucks.
Alright.
So yeah, my goal is to try to jump and glide over the room, grab the crown as I pass the dais, and land on the other side of the corridor, as far away from the body of water as possible, and then leg it to the library. And I think we could then excuse ourselves to that secret door, which leads us to the sewer right away.
Okay. So I'm going to get you to make a strength check to do the jump itself and a dex check to do it all the way across the pond and grab the crown on your way past. So you can add your Strix background to both checks. First, the strength check, just to make the jump without really much of a run-up, because the corridor is a bit too narrow for you to spread your wings.
Oof. All right, I rolled 18. So 22. Actually, no, 21 because my strength is -1.
The difficulty on your dex check is 22 to grab the crown as you go past and not land in the pond or on one of the stepping stones.
All right, I have one reroll, so I'll try. I rolled an 8, so.
Yep.
My dexterity is 2. I get +4 for Strix, so I need to roll 16 or higher.
Yep.
Hey!
Nat 20. All right. Now,
natural
in that 20, that's pretty good. Normally, I wouldn't give you a save at this point. But on a nat 20, you do get to make another dex check, difficulty 22, to get out of the room before the door shuts, rather than slamming into the door as it shuts.
Hey, chat. Right now, sending like the help would be amazing.
So
No rerolls on this.
potentially, maybe if I don't slam on the door, maybe I could just try to slide underneath and do like from under the closing door.
That is what you're making the roll to do. As the heavy stone door slams down from...
Oh.
I rolled a 9. Did I use my second? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
So my dexterity is 2. I have like 4 plus 4. Plus
15.
So the doors slam down shut on both sides of the sanctum before you can get through. You're left standing on the very edge of the pond. You didn't land in the water. You landed just on the edge in the doorway. You're holding the crown, but the room is now sealed. And
I'm still invisible.
you're still invisible, but the carved snakes on the walls all open their mouths and water starts pouring out.
Oh. No.
The two of you in the library don't know if he's come back yet because he's very stealthy and he's invisible. Jax, make another check to keep him invisible.
But there's no alarm or anything like in the...
There's no
Not
alarm,
that we know.
nothing.
20.
Yep, definitely still invisible.
Okay.
I'm still
I
just
would-
arguing with the nun about undead and what should be done about them.
I'm gonna say the weather down here is so weird. I have to go to the bathroom again. Excuse me. And I want to go to the same place where I last saw him. Just maybe he's
Mhm.
there.
Okay. The only way to tell that he's there if he doesn't talk to you or make a noise is for you to drop the invisibility spell.
No.
You can do
I'll
that
just
at
go
any point.
there and say, psst, psst, psst.
Oh. No response. No response at all. Make another intelligence check, Sari. It feels that you're both actually have the same point of view on the undead, and that you agree with each other.
D20 loves me today.
You find a point of difference.
Yeah. So it's +5, so 23. Yeah.
It's like, yes, mindless undead, absolutely, but what about the undead that can actually think? Do we feel that their souls can be redeemed?
Their souls
Things
can
like
be
vampires
passing.
and liches. Or do they not have souls anymore? Yeah. Kaz, you're now standing in a puddle. The water is rising quickly. What would you like to do?
Is how high is the space?
It's got a high ceiling, so, a standard ceiling is 10 to 12 foot. It's probably a 15-foot ceiling, and the water is rising at... It'll take 6 rounds to fill the room, so it's rising pretty quickly.
All the way up to the top?
Yeah.
Is there
There
any
is
sign of
a-
any type of drainage hole? Like up top or...
There's a vent on the ceiling, so above the pedestal there's a metal grate with a narrow ventilation duct, which seems to be acting as a chimney. It's sucking air up to keep the candle burning. If there is any other drainage, it's hidden under the water of the existing pond, and clearly it's closed at the moment.
Okay. Can I use my crossbow to shoot a rope up to the grate and climb up?
You can. The ventilation duct is going to be too small for you to actually fit into. You can probably stuff your head into it and keep breathing once the room's full of water, assuming the water doesn't keep going up. But you won't be able to get your whole body into that ventilation duct unless you, like the rat, can turn yourself liquid. But you can get a rope up there and climb up.
Yeah. I'm in an enclosed room. What are the doors made of, by the way? Is it just stone?
Stone.
Okay. So yeah. I don't think I'm getting out of here until somebody actually opens the door. Hopefully, there's some kind of mechanism once the room is filled long enough, it'll then automatically drain, and the doors will open, or somebody from the outside will trigger it.
How long do the two of you in the library want to wait before you go hunting for your companion?
I would say maybe an hour should be enough for him to come back.
As long as the invisible spell works, like why go anywhere?
Has the
How
nun
long
mentioned-
has it been?
It's probably been 10 or 15 minutes that he's been gone already, because he investigated the 2 sets of corridors, the room, found the sanctum, did the jump, and then got himself stuck.
So, if I try to justify that he is feeling bad and he has, I don't know, stomach problems, we could maybe buy 30 to 45 minutes tops, right? Like, without them being suspicious on why he's there for so long in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So, yeah, something like that. I would like to go a couple of times to the corridor and just say like, hey, are you here? And come back to the library.
Okay.
And the nun
can do
hasn't
that.
gotten suspicious at all.
I mean,
Maybe.
you're a great talker.
You're a great
She
debater.
forgot I exist.
Yeah. Make another intelligence check. Now, you're going to make one of these for every 5 minutes that he's gone, and it's going to increase in difficulty by 5 each time. He's been gone 15 minutes. After this,
No.
Yeah. Total.
The nun looks around, looks at you curiously, and asks where your friend is.
Which one? Didn't they go to the bathroom?
I'm here.
The other
I
one,
mean, last
the
you saw, I went out the secret door, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the masked fellow, is he having trouble?
Yeah.
The doors can be difficult to open from the outside.
Oh no, not at all. Not that. He, I guess the humidity and all that is not. His stomach is upset, so he's going to take a while.
Okay.
You know how long it takes to get out of robes and all that.
Exactly, and his outfit is hard to work with.
All right. She'll leave it another few minutes. Jax, you need to make another concentration check to keep the invisibility going.
Okay.
Your difficulty is higher because you're also talking at the same time. So your
Okay.
difficulty is 14 rather than 12.
Okay. Come on.
Roll an 8. Just an 8. Hey.
Nice.
Hey,
It's still invisible. Cass, by this point, the room is half full of water. Were you actually using the rope idea to climb up, or were you just kind of swimming?
no, I was trying to avoid being in the water as much as possible.
Okay, so climbing up a rope then.
Yeah.
Yep. You're hanging on the rope at towards the ceiling. Now, the difficulty here is if you try to take the grate out of the ventilation duct, that's what your rope is attached to.
Can I anchor another arrow dagger into like a crack on the suspend myself out of that as if like it would be a climber kind of an anchor point?
I mean, you're in the middle of the room, so you'd have to try to reach through the grate with a dagger and stick it into.
No, I mean on the outside. So I would be still on the room side, but kind of anchored potentially like between some. I'm assuming this is built with blocks of rock. Potentially, maybe I can stab a dagger between the rocks and try to hang on while I get the grate off.
It is built of blocks of stone, but whilst you could probably stick a dagger into the wall, sticking a dagger directly upwards into the ceiling and then trying to hang on to it is not going to work because it's going to pull out in exactly the same orientation. To get to the top of the wall, you'd have to swing on your rope, I guess, and then try to stab a dagger into the wall as you swing towards the wall. It's not impossible, but it's close to impossible.
I think if I can, actually, hold on. And the grate would only come out into the room, right?
Yep.
I don't know exactly like the Strix wings. Is it something that I could try to attach one wing to one side of the wall and the other one to the other?
If you try to put your weight on your wing bones like that, you will actually just break your wings and fall.
Low bones.
That would be unpleasant, yeah. I mean, you could go back down to the ground and try to climb up the wall using your daggers. That would involve wading through the quickly deepening pond, which is now almost up to the level of the dais where the candle is still burning.
I'm going to hang up here as high as I can and just hang. I don't
Okay.
know if would it actually make sense for them to fill the whole room with one way up to the ceiling. So I'm just gonna hang on to the ceiling like a bat and just hang up there on the grate.
All right. You can try to work out how this is all happening or how it's controlled. You can make it. It would be intelligence.
Yeah. So while I'm up there and I'm looking down, can I see any levers or mechanisms? So I guess I'll do intelligence. But with a roll of 2, I think I'm a little too little
Yeah,
too.
no,
My mind has
there are
wandered
no.
elsewhere.
You're a little bit too focused on that water. No, there's nothing. The other two of you are starting to get a bit worried about Cass. Normally he's very quick, and he was just going to go and have a look and see if he could find the crown. You thought maybe he'd come back and tell you where it was if he found it. Clearly,
Okay.
that is not what happened.
So maybe I can turn myself invisible, hoping that he's not somewhere he can be seen right now, and go look for him.
Okay. Make the roll to make yourself invisible. Cass, you suddenly become visible.
So 18.
I mean, it doesn't really matter in this point.
More pressing concerns.
Yeah, Jax, you become invisible.
Was I in front of one of the nuns?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! I didn't think of that. Okay. Well, I'll leave the cleric that is so well spoken to solve this and go find our friend.
I've got one hand in my robe at the moment, just in case.
The nun looks very suspicious, and she looks around, and then she clearly thinks something is wrong. And she is about to act. You're not sure what she's going to do, but it looks like she's going to cast a spell. She starts speaking in the ancient language of Sobek, which you don't understand, and saying something. You have one opportunity to stop her. Jax, you can also act, although you're invisible, so you have to keep focus on staying invisible as well.
Do I fight or do I run? Do I fight or do I run? Can I wait for my friend to take an action first and act
You can.
accordingly?
Yes.
I'm
Sorry.
right. So I know that spell casting is something that you have to concentrate on. So like being distracted while casting a spell will break the spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna like scream and be like, "Holy shit! Where did you go?"
You know that's going to be a wisdom check to bluff her into thinking that. Make your roll.
I was expecting you were going to tickle her or something.
Come on. Okay, plus wisdom. So 17.
She believes, weirdly enough, that you don't know what happened to your companion, and now looks quite worried. But she continues to do whatever it was she was going to do, which, as it turns out, was chanting a spell in the ancient language of Sobek, which summons
Oh.
a crocodile, which lumbers in through the door and walks up to her. And then she tells the crocodile, "Watch him." And she leaves the library.
Huh.
You are now in the library being watched by a giant crocodile. It's sitting in the doorway staring at you. It looks hungry. Jax, you need to make a dexterity check to get past the crocodile without it noticing you.
Okay. I have +2, so maybe it's not that bad.
I think you
Not
might
that
have
bad.
a skill that works here.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And also I have the lucky escape, so +4.
Yep, you can add that for sure.
14.
You don't stand on the crocodile, but crocodiles have the ability to detect vibrations the way snakes do. So I'm just gonna make a check and see.
Oh.
No, I rolled a 4. You're safe. You get past the crocodile, and it
This is the
doesn't notice
crocodile I
you.
gave the steak to.
Yeah, it likes you even, but
Oh,
not in the
it's too full.
taste-eating way.
Yeah. He's like
Okay,
he has a food
you-
coma.
You sneak past the crocodile. The water has now gotten high enough that it has put out the candle. You're in complete darkness, hanging near the
No.
ceiling, in a room that's quickly filling with water.
It could be
Next to
worse.
the only
Could be filled.
only entrance to the room.
If I'm hanging by the grate, I'm just gonna call out to the grate. Excuse me, I would be in need of assistance. Presumably that ventilation goes somewhere, and voice will carry through the ventilation. So, help! Help!
Yep, you yell up through the grate. We'll get back to you in a moment. Jax, you are now in the temple, wandering around unescorted. You can fairly easily and quickly glance down the corridors that you didn't see before, and you can see that there are 2 sets of dead-end corridors. One has got a statue at the back with some incense, and one is just a dead-end corridor with a stone wall, and then there's the corridor that goes through. So, to be clear, where's my rectangle? These bits here are now just walls.
But I
And not-
remember. Oh, sorry.
They're not doors.
But I remember how we first found these people. So I want to go here. Well, actually, first here, then here, and just like push the walls. Maybe I can do the same as we did when we got here.
Okay, you can make the attempt to do that.
Okay,
It
do I have
does-
to roll something?
It doesn't do anything to just randomly push on the walls.
Mhm. If I roll to pay attention, will I be visible again?
It will increase the difficulty of your check to stay invisible.
Okay, it's okay. So I want to try and pay attention to sounds. I'm guessing that if he's having troubles, he's going to ask for help or something. So I want to
Okay.
close my eyes and pay attention to whatever sounds I can hear. Will that
Okay, so
be...
Wisdom.
Huh, okay. Okay.
You don't hear anything. You hear nothing. Sari, you're in the library with the crocodile. Do you want to do anything?
Yes. I am not comfortable with the crocodile. So
That's fair.
I'm not gonna make any like sudden south quite quickly
I-
at this point.
I
I'm on
feel
my,
like that too.
yeah, I'm on my own in a room with a giant crocodile, and I would like my mace to be glowing. So to do that, and kind of how he worships is he starts hitting, not hard, but just tapping the barbed wire against his leg, and like
Mhm.
scratching himself, not like cutting himself badly, but just scratching.
Yep. Perfectly valid way of worshipping. Many cults do the same.
Self-flagellation.
So I
Hmm.
need to, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Historical precedent. You only need an 11.
that's 23.
Yep, easily. Your barbed wire stick with holy light and fire. You feel much better. Also, the library is now better lit,
Good.
which is a nice side effect. You will also need to keep making a check every round to keep that going.
Yes.
Okay, Kaz, you yell up into the vent asking for help, and you feel something in the dark come down through the vent. Now, given that the squares of the vent, like the squares of that grill, are maybe an inch and a half, 8, maybe as much as 10 centimeters, but they're not big. You wouldn't think that, like, you can reach a hand through. Right, that's about it. What reaches down towards you does not feel like a hand. It feels like... Imagine if you took a balloon and you filled it with slime, just not tightly full, and then you squooged that balloon through a metal grate and tried to wrap it around somebody's wrist that it could reach through the metal. It feels a lot like that, only slightly acidic.
Luckily, I have gloves.
So you don't notice
Um,
the slight acidity immediately. Yeah, something is reaching through the grate and trying to grab you in the dark.
Okay. This is not good.
Not good at all.
There.
Because the other thing about creatures that are squidgy like this is they can move through very narrow spaces. And this doesn't feel like a pseudopod that's reaching and then will have to be drawn back. No, it feels like it's just getting longer as more of the whatever thing this is crawls through and climbs up around your arm. What would you like to do?
How much water is in the room now?
The room is full up to about halfway up. The water is probably deep enough that you could land in it without injuring yourself, honestly.
I mean, you said it's like 15 feet. So
Yeah, so
seven
it's
feet of
6-7 feet of water. Easily 2 meters, 2.5. I've got to tell you, your chances are not good locked in here by yourself.
Yes.
None of your
Yes,
companions in here with you does put you at a severe disadvantage.
I'm going to put the crown on, see if there's any, does it confer any kind of abilities. It is some kind of a holy item.
Nope. Nothing this quickly. Wear it for 24 hours and then ask me again.
And I probably wouldn't be able to speed up the process by praying to Sobek with that prayer I know or anything like that.
I mean, you can
I mean,
try.
it doesn't hurt. Doesn't
It
hurt.
doesn't
I'll
hurt.
try
It
it.
doesn't hurt at all. Okay.
Yeah.
That would
So
be
I
a
will try to do
wisdom check, and
that.
it's
I rolled 17. So with wisdom -2, so it'd be 15.
yeah. Nothing seems to happen in response to your prayer.
Yet. I'm very optimistic about these things.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to try to stay away, like out of the way of the falling slime. Let it fall into the water if it feels like it. Like,
Okay.
if it comes through, I'll try to like just throw it out of the way. Like, I'm assuming it's just coming through. I don't know how. Like, can I use my dagger to
it's trying
cut
to
like
crawl
slices of it like
to you.
pasta? Like
You
pasta coming
can
through an
certainly
extrude
try.
die. Yeah.
It's crawling kind of onto you and onto the ceiling. You can try to slice it as it comes through. That would be an attack.
I wonder. I take one of the pieces of steak from my backpack, slap it against the slime, and see if it go for it. Drop it into the water, or try to see if it would. I'm assuming it wants organic matter.
Yeah. So are you gonna try slapping the meat against it or dropping it into the water?
Or like basically offering it so that it would go for the meat instead of.
I mean, if you hold the meat up near it, it will definitely crawl around and try to engulf the meat. It tries to engulf your hand at the same time.
Yeah, so I'll try to pull it away and then just kind of like maybe once it's a long slice, maybe drop the piece of meat and then maybe grab my dagger and cut the tendril off. I don't know. There's not much I could do in here.
You're. This is not a situation that is one you can easily solve. You can make an attack roll to cut the tendril. The armor class is only 7, but this thing is quite hard to kill. You cut off its pseudopod that it was sending towards the meat. The meat and the bit of slime splash into the water. You can't see what happens to them, but you assume you've hurt it.
And I keep yelling for help. Like, that's all I really can do at this point. Try to keep the slime away and yell for help. Hopefully somebody notices.
Right. Jax, you can make another check to see if you can hear the yelling.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let me see if I can find or think of something to add. $14.
If you add your lucky escapes to that, you can hear the sound of the nuns sort of gathering and moving through the temple. Like, you're invisible, so they don't currently see you, but you do see that they are searching the temple, basically.
If I cast a spell, will I lose invisibility?
You will, yes.
Okay, I'll risk it because I'm concerned. And I can
Okay.
always say that I got lost. So I want to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And I would like to argue that I could use the Scholar of Magic plus Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking for some sign that one of these walls, it's not an actual wall.
Okay. You can only use one trait in a roll. So you can cast the spell, and I will let you use your Tomb Raider instead, but not as well. But also, Detect Magic is a level 0 spell. You only need to get a 10, which means you
Well.
only need to roll a 4.
With my luck, I won't risk it. As I
Oh, no.
said, with my luck.
Oh, no.
So it was +6, +4, so +10, so a 12.
Um,
Plus 4, plus 2.
plus, yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah,
+6.
+2. Damn it.
Yeah. You do not succeed at Detect Magic.
And I'm visible now. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Does she know
sorry.
she failed? Or does she just not detect any magic?
She doesn't detect any magic, but when a spell fails, you can usually feel it.
Do I
So
fail it?
if it had succeeded, she wouldn't know if there was no magic to be seen or it was just somewhere that she wasn't looking. But Detect Magic lets you sense magical auras, and there should be magical auras around here. If nothing else, she's carrying a magical amulet.
Oh wait, my amulet. What is it?
Identify, I think.
I don't know if I should use that. Would that help find a secret door, for example?
Potentially.
Okay, so I want to go, because I was on the first door, right? Here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the next one, here.
Okay.
And actually do the same, just detect magic.
Alright. You need to make 2 checks to keep... Oh no, your invisibility's dropped.
Yeah.
All good. So you can use your Identify, but you can't cast Detect Magic against...
Oh, because I failed. Damn
Because you failed, yes.
it. How do I use the amulet?
It's basically as if you're casting the spell Identify. So Identify is a 1st level spell, so your difficulty is 11. And you make an intelligence check, and you can add your student of magic to it.
Okay. Come on.
Higher than a 5.
That is higher than a 5. So this is a door. It's not just a blank wall.
Okay.
It is made of stone. The stone itself isn't magical, but there is a magical trigger to open and close the door. You can't see what the switch for the trigger is. It's not within your sight. You can see where the magic is that controls the door opening and closing.
But do I know how the trigger works?
Not in detail, not with Identify. You can just tell that it is magical and that you can't see the trigger at the moment.
Okay. Can I do
The
something
door
else?
is also very close. It's waterproof, so it doesn't have a gap between it and...
Can I do something else?
I'm sure you can. I'm going to go back to Sari for a moment, who's in a standoff with the crocodile.
I'll just
The
roll
crocodile
to-
isn't attacking.
I'll roll to check my Radiant Blade is still up.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yep.
I am now also very concerned. So I'm gonna like creep towards the crocodile. Does it start making those hissing crocodile sounds?
Make an intelligence check.
Sure.
Just straight intelligence.
12.
The crocodile doesn't seem aggressive, and the nun told the crocodile to watch you. She didn't tell it to guard you. She didn't tell it to keep you where you were. It just told it to watch you. It's probably not going to attack. Like, it wasn't told that you can't go past it.
Okay, well, I will attempt to go past it in the same... Well, no, because Jax was invisible, so I'm just going to head
Cautiously
back the way
move
we came
past.
in.
Okay. Yep, you can do that pretty easily. The crocodile does not attack you. It does just follow you.
Do I by chance go past the same way that Jax went?
Why not? Sure. So that puts both of you about here. With the crocodile watching.
Yep. I brought my pet.
Your chaperone.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you want to try anything else? In the darkness, the goo creature appears to be trying quite a lot more aggressively to get to you now.
I'm sorry, was that for me?
It was for you. It's a 16 to try to hit you.
Well, yes, I will try to keep it off of me and just throw it into the water below. Cut off
Okay.
slices and tendrils of it as it's coming.
You take 4 points of damage as it tries to engulf your head, and you can make an opposed
You do know I
strength
have like
check.
basically a scuba mask on.
Yeah, but it's still trying. It's trying to crawl inside your mask.
Okay, so 4 points of damage, and what did I have to roll?
If you want to try to throw the whole creature into the water, you can make an opposed strength check. So you roll strength, I roll strength, and we see which one is higher. If you win, you throw the creature into the water. If I win, you don't throw the creature into the water.
I will try to throw the creature in the water instead of just letting it willy-nilly engulf me.
Alright,
I
so
roll 17
that's
minus 1, so I'm at 16.
well, you throw it into the water, you grab onto its pseudopod, tug, and kind of tug the whole thing through the grate, drop it in the water. There's a loud splash, and you no longer know where it is. The
Other
water
than
is
it's
now
below me.
it's below you. The water is now high enough to reach your feet.
I
As
will
you
try
hang
to
at the
pull
ceiling.
pull my feet up out of the water.
Jax and Sari, you can make a wisdom check to try to hear the splash.
Yes.
I also keep yelling for help.
The splash and the
I
yelling.
don't stop.
Oh, Jax manages to hear something.
Mm,
Yes, you're reasonably sure that Cass is behind this closed stone door.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
What do you want to do about that? He
I don't know.
seems to be in a bit of distress.
I'm going to try and hit it.
You're gonna hit the door, okay? Cool.
Like, at this point,
I'll take whatever I can get.
Yeah. I mean, if
do
that
I
works.
need to roll to attack the door? Does it have an armor class?
You do need to roll to attack the door. Its armor class is only 3, but we need to know you don't roll a 1.
Oh.
I
Okay.
do not.
You successfully hit the door. You can roll damage.
So it's
With your wooden club.
1d8 and 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, do I add my strength?
You do.
So 12 total. bludgeoning.
And is this a
Or
weapon
was this
that
the
you are...
radiant blade?
Yes, so 6 of it is holy light and fire, and the other 6 is just bludgeoning.
Okay. And you also get to add your +1 for it being your weapon of choice, a mace.
Oh,
Nice.
So that's to
so
attack and
7.
damage.
Yeah, so that's
All
7
right.
bludgeoning and 6 radiant and fire.
I mean, you do more damage to the stone door than you would think you would with a stick wrapped in barbed wire. It's still not a huge amount of damage, given stone door, but you know, give it time, you'll be able to get through. The
Could
crocodile
I? Oh.
makes a loud, kind of a weird shrieking noise. You didn't know crocodiles could do that, but this one does. It's a little bit like a howl, but not quite. It doesn't attack you, it doesn't do anything, but it's definitely making a noise. It's watching you, and now you're doing a thing you maybe should not be doing. You have...
It's basically a mobile alarm station.
Mhm.
That can
A lot
eat
of
you.
teeth. Yeah.
You have 1 minute before the nuns get here.
Damn it. Could I maybe try do a wisdom roll plus my tongue rider modifier?
Yeah, to do what?
Try to identify how to trigger the trigger of the door.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Your difficulty is 17, but there's a limit to how much you can work out.
Okay. So I need to have. Okay.
Oh. We're all gonna die.
Jax. Oh, Jax.
Well,
You
I'm
are
going to die.
100%.
I don't know about you guys.
certain, 100% certain that the door is triggered by casting a spell on it. You don't know how Cass managed to trigger it to close, but you are absolutely certain that that is how it triggers to close and to open. You're not sure which spell. You don't think it matters.
Oh. Perfect. So I have some spells available, right? I have burning hands.
You do.
I guess I can try that.
Okay, you try casting Burning Hands on the door.
Great, now I'll be boiled alive.
You successfully cast Burning Hands on the door. Flames roar out from your fingertips in a cone, doing 1d6 damage to all creatures in the area of effect and setting flammable objects on fire.
I don't want to roll.
Sorry. Make a dex check to not be in the area of effect.
No.
In this small hallway.
In the small hallway.
Oh.
8.
Okay then.
There's a reason we're not
So-
professional adventurers.
Jax, roll damage.
I hope it's like a. You said D6.
1d6, yes.
Oh no! Now I get the.
Oh no. Sorry, you take 6 points of fire damage from friendly fire.
I quickly strip off my now on fire clerical robe. I'm wearing chainmail and stuff underneath, so I'm not naked, but I'm
Yep.
less clothed.
Okay.
You mean fiery red, like glowing red chainmail?
Yeah,
Well, it's pretty warm, yeah.
pretty warm.
I'm sorry.
We gotta get the door open.
Kaz,
And
do you want to do anything, or are you going to just keep hanging in there and yelling?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hanging here and yelling. I don't think there's not much else I can do.
Alright.
I'm gonna avoid the water and creature.
Can
Okay.
I?
Can I hear that there's commotion outside?
You definitely can hear that there's commotion outside.
Can I intuit what's going on? Okay, that's probably his club.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is she casting burning
definitely-
hands on the door? What's going on out there? What is that howl? Is it a crocodile? Is there hallucinogenics in this one? What happened?
Entirely possible. In fact,
I
that's a really
wish.
good idea.
Oh.
Can I?
Sorry,
Feel-
you were.
Yeah. Can I feel around the door for anything similar to like the button that I pressed outside
Yeah, you can.
accidentally? This time
That
I'll
is a. This is a difficulty 25 wisdom check to search for a button.
I mean, that is so difficult. Surely this is a miracle.
Are you praying to your deity
I will.
whilst,
At this
whilst
point,
beating yourself with your mace?
at this point, yes. You see as well, like, because I'm not wearing pants anymore because my robe is off, that there's a holster on one of my thighs that keeps the mace under my robe pressed against my leg under my robes. So yeah, I will pray.
Alright.
To my goddess of mercy.
You can add your miracle worker to this roll, but if your total is less than 15, you will take the damage as if you had attacked yourself with your mace.
Okay. Alright, come on. So I need to roll. In that case, I have +7. So I still need to roll 18.
Oh.
Could you cast enhance ability?
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, can I did already roll, but can I cast Enhanceability first?
You can cast enhanceability and try again.
Yeah. Well, I'll do that. So I'll cast
So-
Enhanceability on Wisdom.
12 plus 7. Your
That's
total is
19.
not less than 15. Yep.
So first casting Enhanceability. So that's 23. So that works.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll attempt to find the button again. And this time I have advantage.
Yep.
That is an 8. And an 18.
Oh, 18!
You managed to find the button to disarm the doors from the outside. Normally, this is done after the room has emptied.
This is not a normal situation.
It is
Uh-oh.
not.
I don't even hesitate.
Uh-oh.
You've pressed the button. The doors on both sides come up and open. This is the first time you've seen light in quite some time now. The two of
You're
you,
talking about
however, do
my
not see
character.
anything. Yes. Because a lot of water rushes out through the suddenly open door, knocking you both off your feet. And along with the water comes a very large sewer ooze, which is a kind of gross looking brown and clear. It looks like a giant amoeba, which, let's see. Let's say there's a 15% chance it lands on Jax, and then a 15% chance that it lands on Syri. So that's 1 to 15 Jax, 16 to 30 Syri, and 31 to 45 it lands on the crocodile, which is also there.
Okay.
That is a 30. Syri. The sewer ooze lands on you. prone and really can't do much about it at this point. So it tries to engulf you straight away.
Oh,
You have to make a dexterity saving throw. Difficulty 12. It's not hard.
9.
Is that your total with your dexterity
I have
bonus
plus
and everything?
0.
So you take
Enhance
3d6
ability only works on one ability.
only
I
on the one
believe.
ability.
Yeah, one
You take
chosen
3d6 of acid damage, which is 11 points of damage.
okay.
I am still alive.
And you are also currently covered by the ooze, which will stop you from being able to breathe.
Oh no.
You now have disadvantage on all dex checks and attack rolls.
Because I can't breathe, I can't speak either, can I?
Mm-mm.
So I can't heal
cannot.
myself.
Not unless you can get yourself out.
Okay.
Right. As the water is back down to the level that it was originally in the pond.
I skedaddle out of there.
Cool, you
I,
see you see your companions lying wet next to a giant crocodile, one of them covered by the sewer ooze. You have the crown on your head.
The crown
in
is on
fact.
my head.
Yeah.
Can I pull Sorry out of the ooze? Because we are leaving.
You can definitely try.
Could I help him
that-
to make it easier?
Yeah, Jax, grab his other hand.
I'll
We're
grab
going.
it.
Yeah, you. Which of you is doing the main pull and which of you is assisting? It's a difficulty 16 strength check to get him
okay.
out.
So I have -2
Cass has
on
the smaller
strength.
minus.
I have -1.
Okay. So I'm going to assume Cass is pulling and Jax is assisting.
Yeah.
If Jax manages to get 16 or more, then she gives Cass +2 on the roll. And let's see what Cass got.
I got a 10.
You can probably add very good at running away.
Ooh, yeah. I still get a 12.
Hmm. And so that's no bonus for you, Kaz. What have you got?
I have none.
Need to roll a 17. Come on.
Yeah, I don't have anything that could.
Okay. So that brings us back to Sari.
Cass roll.
I don't know. Did you not?
No, I haven't rolled.
Okay.
So I will. I was just looking if there's anything I can use to. Could
You're so close. I thought you were all going to die.
if I reach in and grab Sari's hand,
Mhm.
can he cast enhance ability on me? Touch.
Can't speak.
It's verbal gesture material.
Yep.
Yeah.
All my spells are prayers.
Makes sense.
Okay, I'm just gonna go for the straight up. Just gonna try to pull him out.
Oh! 19!
You successfully pull Syri out of the sewer ooze.
And we are leaving.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna, if I can, cast immediately, as soon as I'm out of the ooze, cast Cure Wounds on myself.
As we're moving away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make your cast attempt.
If this is the
I throw a stake between the ooze and the crocodile.
That'll be your last stake. You've already used. This will be the third one.
Yes. I don't think I would have taken more than 3.
No. So
number of D8 equal to 1 plus half your level.
I was
rank.
planning on eating that, but
yeah.
They are
So
planning on
you're
hitting
level
us.
5. So it's 3d8.
nice.
Yeah, 3d8. So I got 15 HP back, so I'm almost full again.
Nice.
Nice.
All
Time
right.
to run.
Time to run.
I'm
Which
also, as
way?
well, by the way, I should say, as you pull me out, I am cackling with laughter and grinning so widely. I'm like, oh, that was close.
So very close.
I'm gonna say we should probably run to the door that we came in from, because then we know the way to get out of the sewers.
Yep, I agree. I'll follow you and I'll cast light.
Okay. You run along back into the chapel and out through the door. And given that we are now pushing up against our 3 hours, you don't run into any crocodiles or nuns on your way between that secret door and the exit from the sewers. You even, since it's a route you already took, managed to make it within the 10 minutes that Jax's light spell lasts. So you get out. So all that's left now, and this is, I am actually stunned because I thought you were all going to die at that point. You
Yeah,
have
me too.
successfully stolen the crown of the Crocodile God from the sewer nuns.
Yay!
And you give it to your employer, who does in fact pay you ridiculous amounts of gold. Like, you get a bag of gold each that is so heavy you can barely lift it.
Nice.
However, what you haven't realized is that the reason the sewer nuns were holding this particular crown underground is that it is a magical artifact, and it keeps the vampires out of Oxenberg. As long as the crown remains underground, no undead creature can enter the sewer system. And your employer, obviously, is a vampire lord. So once the crown is removed from the sewers, that very night, as you hand the crown over, the vampires make their move into Oxenberg. They eat the city council. They have a strike force of vampire spawn and ghouls ready to go at the main gates and the storm drain entrances, and they invade the sewers of Oxenberg. You don't know what happens to the sewer nuns, but you don't see them on the streets anymore, not during the daytime.
We're the bad guys.
Yep.
But you are under the protection of Oxenberg's new vampire overlord.
I mean, we are on the winner
Drugan.
team, so.
Yeah.
Hans, are we the bad guys?
So there you go. And it leaves it open for future campaigns to try to fix the thing that you just paused.
Or, we could skip out of the city.
Or you could
Hey,
just
there's a
skip
lot.
down. And
There's a
leave.
lot more to see There's a lot more to see in the world.
It's true. It's
That-
true.
that- it is
There's
true.
a lot of other cities to topple.
Well, you are famous, not just in Oxenberg, but
Yay!
around many of the other cities. You are known as the three who are responsible for Oxenberg's fall to the vampires. That's a kind of fame.
Fame is fame. For me, it's a win. I'll take it.
Well, I mean, I could always switch out my outfit.
True.
Nobody saw me. But I mean, sorry, is screwed.
I have a new life's purpose.
Hunt the vampires.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that goes with the the god of death motif and all that.
If they're
Yeah.
preventing, if
Hate-
they're
hate
turning
the
more
undead.
vampires, then yeah, it's bad.
So, if all three of you had been in the sanctum when the trap sparked and it closed, there was actually a way from inside to open the doors again and stop the water from coming up. But Cass didn't look for it because he was too afraid to get in the water.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and that's just bad trap design. To open it from inside the trap. I wasn't expecting them to be that silly.
It's their first
mean-
go around against actual adventurers. Vampires usually aren't as smart as you, which says something.
Oh.
Well,
Thank you all for that. I had fun. Hope you did.
Thank you. That was
Yeah.
very, very fun.
and thank you for the help from the chat. It was actually very useful the 2 times we could use it. And
Yeah.
well, thank you
I
so
really
much
needed
for
it.
thank you so much for joining. Before I skip to the closing of the show, would any of you guys like to say anything, like any announcements or sharing something that you guys do, your projects or streamings or anything like that?
Anything, guys?
Man, I wanna thank our GM. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah,
Okay, and thank you for our stream host. It was fun. I don't think I've
And
done
on
a
my
live
part-
game ever.
Oh,
I've streamed a couple before, not one that I've GM'd, only when I've been playing. So this was my first storytelling streaming.
that's
Like I said at the
Amazing.
beginning, this scenario is available if anyone wants to buy it and run it. It's part of the Pocket Quest bundle, or it's a game jam thing that was being run by Drive-Thru RPG. And the world that it's set in is the world of the campaign setting that I just published, which is Yath. So if anyone wants to look those up, they are there. Buy them. I think they're really good. Campaign setting's taken me the last year to get it done. It's huge. You can play dragons.
yeah, I
Yeah.
really liked it. I'm sorry.
Yay! No, I was just going to say thank you guys for playing, and thank you for organizing this and getting it streaming. This is a lot of fun.
I really enjoyed it. We have a comment on the chat that says that they love your voice, the GM's voice. And I agree. It helps when you are trying to
Yeah.
survive that the GM is calm and kind.
There's no point in being
Killing with
mean to you
kindness.
guys. You're rolling too many ones and twos.
You do it to yourselves.
I mean, I rolled an 18 and a natural 20, and I still got stuck inside the sanctum.
It's true. It's true. I'm clearly just being mean to you specifically.
Yes.
So you would say that the conclusion or what we can learn from today is that if we split up is not the best idea.
Generally, splitting the adventuring party is a good way to die.
We did it
Okay,
so many
all right.
times.
I'll keep it in mind. Thank you so much for coming, from giving us all this time, and also for being available early. I know that for you guys it's early and it's not always easy to arrange whatever activities to be playing. And we here on the channel have a way to thanking our guest, our narrator. That is an acknowledgement with your name, with the logo and everything of the event that people on the stream will be able to see in a few seconds, and I will send to you directly. Again, thank you so much for coming, guys. I really enjoyed today's game. Thank you, chat, for staying with us so long. And real quick, just to remind everyone that is watching this that we still have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday activities, and that we are having the closure of the event on Sunday. We will be talking about everything that happened during the month. So please join, and I think that's it, unless you guys want to say something. All right, well, thank you so much again, and may your checks be always critical.
Thank you. Bye.